everyone, welcome back to the layout, the Union Pacific Railroad Evanston subdivision in HO Scale. My name is Daryl Cruz, owner and builder of the layout, and your host for a Labor Day update. Today isn't actually Labor Day, but it is the Labor Day weekend. I definitely want to wish everyone a great Labor Day holiday. Hope you're enjoying it so far and have a great day today as well as tomorrow. And, of course, the rest of your week. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment on this video. It'd be much, much appreciated. I have a couple things to show you this week. Some things that I got done. One had to do with putting in some sidings. Here you can see I'm lining up. I put some little pencil marks here to line up where the cork roadbed is going to go. This is for the car shops in Evanston. So I have a little Pike Stuff building here. It's kind of like a Morton building that's going to be a car shops. This is actually labeled as a engine house, but I'm going to use it as a car shops. Was going to put in a couple turnouts to get this all set in so we can have some additional operations at Evanston Yard. And I had to wait a little bit because I had a hard time getting a hold of some cork roadbed, but I did find some finally. Kind of laid things out. This is coming off of track 7, which is normally the bypass track. So here you have, this used to be just a straight track. I have one of the turnouts starting to go in. I have the ties glued in, but nothing as far as turnouts attached yet. Again, this is a Pike Stuff. Needs to be painted, obviously, and still not completely done. But I wanted to just kind of throw it together to make sure that everything fit. And I put 2 openings on this side and only 1 on the other side. I'm not really sure if I might open up both of them at some point in time. But for right now, this is the way it's going to go. I was going to put it back a ways so that I could have more cars here. But decided not to, just to go with these here. So I have a straight number 8 coming off here left hand, and this is a curved number 8 there. If you notice, I have all the ties in, actually all the track in also as well. This is code 70 track for the secondary track, which this is part of the yard, obviously. And so we use code 70. Here it is almost completely done. I still need to put in the turnout motors and wire everything yet. I put some plexiglass there because, as you can see, it comes right up to the very edge. And while I'm always careful not to knock anything over, I can't guarantee all my operators are going to be that careful. So whenever I get that close to the edge there where something that tips over might hit the ground, put a little bit of plexiglass in there. Here I can be cameraman and re-rail cars at the same time. So 2 turnouts here to get operations going for the car shops. I kind of think it worked out pretty good just having the small tracks. I was going to put it back here, but I kind of want to keep this area clear because this is where the yard crew is going to be doing a lot of uncoupling. Here's the yard throat here, and then so a car is going to be coupled and uncoupled here. So I kind of wanted to keep that clear. I didn't want a building to be in the way. Kind of have the same thing here where you have a lot of uncoupling. Want to make sure there's nothing in the way there. I did another turnout, and this is at Wholesome Cement. And I just had 1 track going back here, and I want to have 2 of them. And I wanted to get some operations going as far as loading empties into loads and having some switching operations so that that could take place. So you can see I have the ties glued down. This is, again, a number 8. This one's a right hand. This is still code 70. Anything that's not on the main line is code 70. So 1 track's going to go into the loading bay there. The other track's going to be for storage. So the switcher, rather than just swap out cars and so forth, It actually, when the switcher comes here, one of the two trains that stops, the local crew will have to do some switching operations as far as pulling empties through the loading bay there, and then put them in the storage track. So have all 10 to 12 cars here that will all be empties. I'll have to pull them all through there and put some of them in the storage track, and then the others he can put up on the siding. There's room up there also. I'm going to extend that second track a little bit further yet, and the other track, it may not be quite as long, but there should be room for 6 cars to be pulled. Have one more turnout, actually a couple more turnouts to do. Right, still need to get the Pocatello sub done, so I need to put a number 10 turnout here and have the Pocatello sub come out. This will all be code 83 track. It's going to come out through here, go around, kind of a sharp curve there, and then kind of go all along the back. I was going to have that as a hidden track, but I'm just going to leave it open. It's going to end here. I'll probably put some trees in front of there where it ends, so you can't see it. But that will be there'll be a train there from the Pocatello sub that will come onto the layout. And then I may also put in another turnout here and do a oil loading track here. Out near Granger, about 9 miles from Granger, there is a track where they are loading tank cars. If anybody lives out in Wyoming and can get out to Granger where this oil loading facility is, it's very simple. It's just one track. I can see it on the satellite. It's about 9 miles west of Granger. If you live out there and can get out there and take some pictures of that, that'd be awesome, and then send them to me. One other thing that I did was work on the backdrops. So this is now in Evanston. We're back in Evanston, and these are some more pictures that I took while I was out in Evanston last May, and kind of spliced some of them together. Again, this is printed at Walgreens, 2x8 banners. These are less than 12 inches, so I got 2 8-foot backdrops here from one 2x8 banner from Walgreens. I have a lot of splices here that I'm going to use trees, and there's a big pile of dirt by the roundhouse that I'm going to put in some of them. That roundhouse, by the way, looks a lot better now. I kind of changed the perspective so that it doesn't look so much like you're looking up at it. Hopefully it looks more like you're looking straight at it. This is kind of cool. You can see tracks there, but they kind of look like they go out into the distance there, so that's pretty cool. There are some seams that I'm going to be, putting different things in there. Have a train running in the helix. Eventually, I am going to cover up this helix hole here also and continue with backdrops. Here's some more. Now, this one I had to do a 2x8. Since there's no upper level here, I had to use a whole 2x8 foot sheet. Now, this is a redo of what I had before, and I reduced the size of them a little bit. If you look at the truck there, it's blocking a seam, as you can see. So the truck looks much better with the trucks in the picture. The perspective looks much nicer. And then the sky is a little bit better color. If you look at my previous video, I think it was last week, that just was not very good. You also have some mountains in the way back. And then here's some more. This is if you see that little notch there, that was me doing that. So there's a picture of mountains with the clouds above it. You can see the mountains in the background. That's one picture that I put behind the picture in the foreground. I use GIMP, G-I-M-P. See that notch? I think I did that in my photo editing. Did not catch it. I'll have to hide that somehow. But anyway, it stops here. I'll have to figure out what to do about the road there. I have one more room for one more section yet. But this looks much better. The clouds look pretty cool, I think. And again, the photo with the sky is a little bit different. That's what I did this week. I am going to I did some more changing the red sill into yellow sill. I'm going to do a video on changing my AC 4400s into red sill into yellow sill, and dome antenna into PTC antennas. So I'm working on that, and you'll get a chance to see that, hopefully. Here is one of them that I've changed the sills. This is a Scale Trains 7152 AC 4400. You notice I changed the red sill into yellow sill. I'll still have to change the antenna as we come across a green signal. The second unit is an Athearn. This is a -9. That's the -9 that does not have Union Pacific on it. And as of 2018, I saw a picture of it in 2018. It still did not have the Union Pacific. It might by today. But my layout here is kind of set in plus or minus 2 years from 2016 or so. So I think we're good for that. And then the third unit is another Scale Trains AC 4400. So these all use the same prime mover and to have the same sound, although one's an Athearn. Not that there's anything wrong with Athearn. I like both Athearn and Scale Trains. But definitely enjoy these AC 4400s. Here you can see coming through with the new backdrops. Now, one thing that's kind of cool about the backdrops is there are a bunch of seams that need to be kind of hidden with trees or buildings or whatever. But you know, when you're watching the train, when I'm filming this, or if I'm just running trains, you don't really notice you don't really look at the backdrop, so you don't really notice the seams. If you look at the backdrop, you can see them. But if you're watching the trains, the backdrop has a great effect. Here we see it meeting a coal train. The backdrop has a great effect in that you see it in your peripheral vision. And it just makes the whole scene look a lot better. Very seldom do you actually look at the backdrop. It's just there and makes the whole picture look a lot better. These three engines are pulling a manifest train. We have a green signal again coming through some more backdrops. Looking forward to getting this all ballasted and painted and everything, so it looks a lot more complete. Hey, thanks everyone for watching. We'll do a video on changing red stripes into yellow stripes this week sometime. Stay tuned for that. Have a great weekend, everyone. Take care.